All right, everyone. If you're joining us, you already know what today is. It's a rest day. Worst day of the week. Worst day of the week. No workout. Instead, we're just gonna yap. Mainly made this video because I wanna test this new mic that I picked up, and I'm also filming on my iPhone, trying out some new settings to see if this truly is 4K and how the upload process is. But that being said, there's also some benefit to this rest day. I'm gonna go to bed fairly early tonight, hopefully sleep in a little bit tomorrow, and then wake up feeling absolutely amped because tomorrow is back day. Freaking back day. Grow these lats. One of my more favorite days. I don't know why. I just like a good lat focused squeezing set. Just always, I don't know. It feels good. I feel strong. Your back's an important muscle, obviously, and you get kind of a residual arm pump from working out your back. Once your arms and accessory muscles come into play, you can get a little bit of an arm pump as well, which is always nice. So that is going to be exciting. What else did I want to talk about in this video? I talked about trying the new camera and the mic. Then I also want to talk about why I'm doing these videos. I think the main reason I did this was kind of for some accountability, like an extra reason to maybe on the days that I'm not feeling it, go down and work out, go hard while I'm working out. Because, sometimes the motivation's not always there. And that's just, humans. If we had the chance to just hit a button and make money and do all that fun stuff, we probably would never leave our house. So sometimes you do need that motivation. And I also just feel like I wanted to be kind of more of a part of a social group again. And I know people watching this are probably like, we're not in a group, which is fair. I mean, we're not, but there's some sort of relationship dynamic here where, people are watching. I'm trying to tell them what I'm doing. I'm also going to look back at this myself so I can kind of gauge my progress over time, and hopefully figure out where I'm either having success or going wrong, going off the rails. And then hopefully I can just motivate, even just if it's one person that's like, oh, I'm interested in working out. It's not as complicated as people make it seem. Like, this dude just goes and in his basement and starts, grunting. So, yeah, that's, I don't plan on getting famous off of this. That's for sure. I don't even plan on making hopefully I make money off it. Hopefully I get famous. That would be sweet. So everyone make sure that you're, of course, liking all my videos, subscribing to the channel, all that nonsense. And then a couple more topics for this video. I feel like I'm going to keep this one relatively short, not an extra large yappuccino. I know I probably lost most of the viewers already. But what the future holds for my fitness goals. Obviously, right now I'm in the Maingain, where I'm just trying to gain some strength, not really focused on my diet too much, just kind of eating intuitively, trying to figure out, where things are going right and things are going wrong. But down the road, I would probably either like to do a bulk or a cut. Probably a bulk. Gaining weights always seems to be harder for me. The pros, there's pros and cons to each one, bulk and cut, which, I'm sure some people are like, there's only pros to a bulk. And you're like, yeah, okay, that's, probably for people that are like, oh, it's so much easier to gain weight than lose weight. But the pros to the bulk are you feel freaking strong. You get to eat a ton of food. You don't really have to think about too much other than making sure you hit your protein goal and then go over your calories for the day. But the downside is, like, you're packing on some fat. You're hopefully amping up your workouts to where you're going heavier and heavier, which increases your chance of injury. And then, it's just, I feel like sometimes if you pack on too much fat, that's, people can get to that negative headspace, like, oh my God, I look awful. And no, you're building up some muscle. You gotta build the carving block before you take the chainsaw and slice off that extra wood. You ever see those chainsaw sculptures where they like carve a bear out of a tree stump? That's kind of what you're doing when you're bulking. Like, you're building up the stump. You're getting wide. You're getting a little bit soft, but underneath all that, there's a masterpiece waiting. And that's where the cut comes in. Cuts, I would say, are mentally more difficult than a bulk because you have to be locked in. Like, oh, I'm just gonna have a couple little treats. Like, oh, I'm gonna have a cupcake at work, or I'm gonna have all this candy that's put out by my coworkers. Like, you're not locked in then. Like, and those calories add up. You try to burn, go try to burn 200 calories on a bike or an elliptical or whatever you want to do. Let me know how long it takes you, because it's going to take you forever. And it's way easier to just add up to a ton of calories just by, one handful of treats, and then you're screwed, because your 200 calorie, hopefully your 200 calorie a day deficit, that you're planning on, and you have an extra handful of 300 calories, you're plus 100 calories. Your deficit just turned into a bulk. So cutting is definitely way mentally harder, but I will say that cutting, I feel like, at least for me, is like a positive feedback loop, because you start losing it, you start getting more shredded, and you're like, oh my God, is that a vein poking through? Is that like, a striation of my muscle? And that kind of helps fuel the motivation on a cut. So we'll see what's in store for me going forwards. I don't know. I feel like I'm also at the point in my life where I'm getting older, and I just want to kind of have like general long-term fitness. Like, I know I'm not going to be the biggest person out there, but I want to be muscular. If I ever have kids one day, hope that I can, show them who the boss is and keep up with them for as long as possible. And then, like, also seeing old people that can't walk or do stuff for themselves because they just took awful care of themselves all those years, and then becomes the world around them's problem. I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be a burden. I want to have a good quality of life hopefully until the day I die, honestly. So I want to be walking, running around like a maniac still when I'm 80 plus years old. Hopefully you see me out there just motoring. Yeah, if we ever run into each other when we're past the age of youthfulness. And then, I don't know, I wanted to kind of end on a message of the week. My message of the week is, if you can stack small victories, like, it definitely helps gain momentum, and momentum is, incredibly hard to resist, both good and bad momentum. So, make a little list. Do what you're going to say. No, I didn't say that right. Do what you say you're going to do. So say, hey, I'm not going to leave any dishes on the sink. Just don't leave any dishes on the sink. Hold yourself accountable to that little thing, and then keep adding little things to hold yourself accountable to. And you'll be amazed at how those little things snowball. And you're like, yeah, I am doing what I say. Your body knows Your mind knows that you can do what you say, what you tell it you're going to do. You're not that failure that's like, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, it didn't work out for me. Oh my God. Woe is me. Like, no, just set some goals, small goals, attainable goals, and just knock them out. Just knock them out. I know on the gym tour I showed you guys the cold plunge down there. That's more so what my cold plunge is really about for me. It's just making myself do something that I 100% don't want to do. Mentally, I feel like it's just more the mental aspect of training for me than it is really like the physical recovery benefit of cold plunging. If anything, it's probably detrimental for muscle gain. Probably beneficial for inflammation and all that, but for muscle gain, cold plunging, probably suboptimal, honestly. But I do it for the mental gains, you know? Do hard things, they become easier things over time, and then you just got to keep finding hard things. So that's my message. Do some stuff that you say you're going to do and hold yourself accountable to it. Don't let it slide. Take exception to it when you're like, hey, your body's feeling lazy. You're like, oh, those dishes can wait. That little thing can wait. No, cannot wait. Just do it. Just do it, like Shia LaBeouf. So tomorrow, we're hitting back. We're getting freaky. And you will see me all tomorrow, pending that I get this video uploaded, because I have never tried this format. So we'll see how it goes. Peace.